Okay, so, my name's Corey, and I'm a genetic cul-de-sac. Now, my sole purpose on this planet is to make everybody else look better by comparison. My mother was a Muppet, my father was a Hobbit, and that makes me one very, very good a half-breed. I'm very hairy. Let me describe it to you in this way. Okay, I want you to imagine that my pubic region, stay with me, is communist Russia. My torso, therefore, is 1950s Eastern Europe. Now, what's happened is, I've been thoroughly infiltrated and overrun. And much like the former USSR, I do stink of shit vodka, potential suicide, and flawed economic policy. And my hairiness is largely due to my conception. It's something of a talking point. What happened? Just wanked off into a bathtub, and his jizz somehow managed to fertilize the big clump of hair stuck in the plug hole, and I just appeared. You can see how it would be irresponsible of me to want to go out and procreate. I don't really have to worry about getting anybody pregnant, though. You see, my seed is so corrupt, my sperm is so foul, that were it to come into contact with female reproductive organs, they would simply wither and die. Right on. My grandmother's very religious, and she wants me to be a priest. Now, that's very conflicting for me, because on one hand, I am essentially the Antichrist. But on the other hand, I am very, very interested in molesting children. So, difficult decision. I've once lived with Mormons, and one day one of these Mormons, that's a funny situation, we say it for a long time. One of these Mormons said, American accent now, this is fucking hard, alright? Corey, you know it's fucking scary. He didn't say fucking, he's a Mormon. Corey, it's scary. You know, more people in the UK are going to church on a Friday now than they do on a Sunday? Because they're Muslim. I was like, dude, you're fucking Mormon. Alright, you believe that Jesus was a white guy and he lived in Utah. Your entire religion was read out of a hat by a fucking idiot. You are so stupid, you make the Taliban look like fucking Mensa. Mormonism is the theological equivalent of deciding to trim your toenails with a shotgun. It's just moronic and excessively so. Now, I was recently invited to something called a poetry slam. Very big deal in Sydney. And I took a look at the invite, and the first word was poetry. And I saw the word poetry, and I went, well, the word poetry leads me to believe that this event will be fucking dull and shit. And then I read the word slam, and I was like, fucking slam! This shit is gonna go mental! This is some dangerous, sexy shit, I've gotta get into this slam! And then I read the word poetry again, I was like, no, fuck. But I read on, I didn't end up going, because I read that it was essentially a bunch of young people reading their poetry out loud on a stage in front of other people. I thought, yeah, it's just like stand-up comedy, except not fucking funny. Okay, so I sometimes get abuse on the street, like alpha males will shout at me, poof. I don't fucking get that. Like, what about this says poof? For a start, I mean, I've always thought the gay guys have a lot more hygiene than I do, except that whole AIDS thing. Sorry. You laughed and you fucked my timing. You would have laughed even more if you just let that go.
I had to give that. That's terrible.
I got insulted a lot on the street when I lived in Edinburgh. There's nothing like street insults in Edinburgh. You get walked down the street, you're heckled from the start to the finish of the street. But it's awesome because you can't understand a fucking word they say. So it's not offensive at all. They're like, oh, yes, forceful. Anyway, I'm going to do a metaphor now. try and stay with me for it. There's a hook in the joke, you'll get it, but you've got to like listen to a bit of shit that's me. Oh, jeez. Alright, so you can have like a ball, like a tennis ball and a racket, and you can be like at home and you'll make sure to, because that would be real fun. Now I'm not funny, now the microphone's funny. You're hitting the ball against the wall, and you can be doing that for like hours a day for like years, and you'll never be fucking playing tennis. And what I'm trying to say is, does all this masturbation I do have a fucking point? It's not practice, is it? There's no fucking point. This thing. So, genitals are funny. Genitals are really funny. My favorite genital name is clitoris. That puts me in mind of an evil space lord from outer space, right? So, evil Lord Clitoris. This is Captain Babel. I've been tracking the evil Lord Clitoris for what seems like days now, and I plan to destroy him if only we could find it. I'll give you some advice now. I've put a few things together at home. Number one, if you want to take a fucking shit, but you're afraid people in the next room are going to hear you take a shit, what you do is, to prevent them hearing the sound of your shit hitting water, you go grab a big bunch of toilet paper, and this isn't ecologically friendly, but you need to decide between the environment and your fucking dignity. You put it in the fucking toilet bowl and you take your shit, and no matter who's listening, they'll hear naught but the faintest of whispers. Silence up? It's a fucking solid. I should have said that. Clever hecklers. I'm an accidental pervert. Let me walk you through this. I've lived in a lot of share houses, right? So I'll get up in the middle of the night and I'll walk past the bedroom door of the couple that lives there, right? Now I'll go and use the fucking facilities, have a wee-wee, finish up, making a lot of noise. I come back through and I'll stop in front of their door because I'll go, what's that noise? That's the sound of them fucking. And now I'm standing here outside their door listening to them fuck. Lucky me. This is not an acceptable place to be. What the fuck can I do? What you do is, you fucking listen in and you find their rhythm. You find the rhythm of their sexual noises and you use their sex noises to mask your footsteps back to your bedroom. You can do that, or you can just wank hysterically until they're finished. Either works for me. I find both very rewarding. I'm going to go to New York. I'm also going to finish now, so this is it. I want to go to New York, and I'm going to walk down a street in New York, and I'm going to slam shoulders with every fucker on the street until somebody fucking yells at me, "Hey, motherfucker! I'm walking here!"